Entitlement culture.
Millennials,
Great degree of entitlement.
they sure do seem demanding.
Are millennials spoiled babies?
What's the first word that comes to mind when you think millennials? Hashtag lazy, along with entitled, self-absorbed, and social media addicts.
I've heard a lot of that lazy, entitled millennial, and that I've never worked hard and I'm expecting a handout and I'm expecting people to give me their money and all this stuff. My entire generation is poor. We go to school to get an education, and we finish our education with insurmountable debt, with very, very little opportunity for stable and secure employment that pays a living wage to get ourselves out of that debt. You go into grocery stores and we don't need cashiers because we have self-serving checkouts. You go into a McDonald's and you don't need servers because you can order your hamburgers at a kiosk. You don't need to go into a bank and talk to a bank teller. You can do all your banking online. With the replacement of jobs, how are people going to work and how are people going to be able to make money and sustain themselves? The Basic Income Pilot Project in Ontario was a 3-year experiment that was put on by the Liberal government in which 4,000 people in 4 cities in Ontario would receive an unconditional basic income. Surveys would be done to assess a person's quality of life with or without basic income, to sort of drive forward a conversation of could a basic income be a solution for people living in low income in Ontario, and could it replace the patchwork of social assistance programs? It was prematurely canceled by Doug Ford's Conservative government when they came into power, despite making an election promise to keep it. I reacted very swiftly and immediately jumped into doing a portrait series where I targeted people who are also recipients of the basic income program, such as myself, to hold paper signs and write on them themselves with marker saying what they were using basic income for. I'm hearing some stories of people who are in extremely desperate situations, people who are going to lose safe and affordable housing, people whose they plan to go back to school, and some people are actually going to be in danger. People are in danger of getting homeless. I have become the storyteller. Through doing these portraits, I've been able to tell these stories and tell them on very loud platforms. This story's been picked up by the CBC, the Toronto Star, the Huffington Post. And then I also see one of my roles as being the connector. So I am working with academics and advocates and CEOs and politicians all over Ontario and connecting them to the right people so that we stay united in this advocacy work and really effectively spread our message across. I wake up bright and early. I answer emails, I set up interviews, sometimes I give interviews. And then meet with people, take portraits, post on social media. But then in the afternoon and all evening and all night, I have to go to my other job, which is teaching piano. And I honestly feel like I'm wasting my time because I think I have to do this, I have to email this person, I have to set up this interview, I have to prepare for this speech. And instead I'm sitting here telling a 5-year-old where middle C is. And that's very stressful. Poverty is a very, very big word. I consider it a disease that's random and can affect anybody. And a lot of these people were living in poverty, and the chance to be on basic income was giving them that leg up to move themselves out of poverty. And I would like to just keep doing the work that I'm doing and be able to support myself while doing it and not have to sacrifice and work extra jobs and be in a state of perpetual exhaustion just to survive. Not even live, survive. The portraits have been exhibited in Hamilton and Toronto, and they're currently in Kingston. I'm looking to get them to Queen's Park. I'm also looking to get them to Ottawa, but I'm not stopping just yet.